Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back, my friends, or should I welcome myself back? Yes, it's your old pal, Jenny Satori Davis, back on Jenny Satori Healing. I know I haven't been here in like forever, but as I've always said, it's like I don't like to just talk for the sake of talking. I actually like to have something to say that has some substance. I don't chase algorithms. I don't chase, performance and content. I'm more interested in what I'm receiving. And even with that, not all things are meant to be shared. Some of it is a personal experience. And anyway, that's why I'm here today, is because I'd really like to share what I feel, and it's been really, really strong. And when I get this sort of feeling, and this is what I teach people or try to encourage when people have that like on the edge of your seat feeling, I tell them that they have to let the channel out. You know what I mean? Like, it has to go somewhere. If you have a gift, you should share it. That's why you have it. That's why people call it a gift, whether that's politically or spiritually correct or not. That's debatable, right? But when you have that, you want to use it, and if you don't, sometimes it kind of blocks your entire flow. Whereas you really need to channel that, bring it up, and bring it out into creation, into reality, quote unquote. So I have found myself feeling that way, and I said, wait a minute, this is it. And of course, it's always like if it's for one person, if it's for 100, if whatever, I did my job. So everybody has been going through their own levels of things. Some of it has felt absolutely fantastic, and some of it has felt pretty cray cray, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's for, that growth thing. And I don't like to say growth in the way that it's like, if you don't, like, you're always having to grow. You don't have to always grow. Plants kind of hang out. You don't really see them grow, but one day you look and they have bloomed a bit, right? And that's the same idea. It's not like an everyday thing where you have to constantly be looking out for ways to improve. I think that that's um, a little counterproductive in a way. You know what I mean? But in the broad sense of growth, in the long haul, in the big picture, uh, this bloom, this blossom that occurs doesn't occur easily, as we've heard, as we know. It occurs in increments, in milestones, in little steps. So whatever it is that you are feeling, there's a lot to feel and a lot to observe. It's all okay, right? It's for whatever it is that you can then percolate and serve as espresso, as tea, coffee, what have you. So I really want to just briefly touch on some things about what patterns I've been seeing, and that is what social media is transmitting, especially in the spiritual communities, the self-help platforms, and so on, like the self-help. I don't know why I can't say that, but the self-help genres, right? Like there are these words that people constantly use during certain periods throughout the year. You know, it's like right now, at this moment, as I'm making this, people are repeating over and over, you're not behind. Have you heard this and seen it a lot? You're not behind. um, and the ideas of why that's being said. And I want people, that's just an example. And if you've used that in earnest and it just so happens that it came from you, then that I don't mean you. What I'm talking about is using AI and then we're spreading it, you know. It's like AI is talking to our subconscious now and programming us. It sounds weird and nutty perhaps, but please hear me out. Hear me out. These phrases that are coming out are clearly from AI. I have heard them when I speak to them myself, like not really speak to them, but you know what I mean? Like I can be asking them to do a business thing and they will like put that in there, you know, and say, don't worry. Even though I'm not worried, I haven't said anything to allude to the worry, but basically I need this done right now or whatever. Don't worry, you're not behind. You're not falling behind, and so on and so forth. And come to find out, you know, I'm seeing this everywhere because people are using their AI and they are setting these ideas in motion, and it's who is guiding who is running who is shaping the collective conscious right now. Make sure it's coming from your heart and from you if you're sharing for the greater good of humanity. You don't want to just pull from, my cat is just running around and crackling bags, pardon that, but you don't want to just add from, you know, maybe a well-formed sentence or not, you know, with the long dash in it. You know, the proof is in the dash. That's my new song, by the way. It's called AI. The proof is in the dash. Anyway, it's something I have noticed, and that I'm not a conspiracy theorist, okay? I'm not, I promise you. I kind of try and guide people towards real things and things that aren't alarming, right? But I have to report when I feel something going on this important, because I love AI. It helps me a lot in my business. It helps me a lot, but I don't use it to make my spiritual posts or make a topic unless it's like this one where it's kind of saying, you know, don't let the artificial become the reality in what we're projecting out there, you know. Perhaps we are behind right now. And there's this curtain that says, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. Perhaps there's a bit of gaslighting going on. Perhaps some of us do need to move forward and get on the ball, you know. So just an observation to be a little bit more mindful with that use, of the same wording throughout a community or several or on platforms. It becomes that trend. And I promise you that trends, I've spoken about this before, but trends are when the collective consciousness is full enough that it just spills into everything. And if we're just doing it because everybody else is saying it and doing it, then where's the sovereignty? Where's the heart? Where's the message from God, Creator, Spirit, your own self? It can be a real problem. I love progress in technology and everything, but I don't love taking over something that should be still sacred, in my opinion. And that will lead me to my last point, or my last channel, really. And that is about people owning wisdom for, or under the guise of, this is my culture, or this is my thing. Nobody owns wisdom. The wisdom that is properly attained is free and should be given freely. And when we take that wisdom and we say, I will share this with you, but it has to only come from me because my color is gold and yours is silver, then that is suppressing. That is oppressing, actually. And some cultures are and have been oppressed for a long time. And they have a right to feel how they feel, and want to take ownership of what they've been brought up as and what they believe in. But at the same time, I've witnessed this so much, and it's really, it's like, if a culture has been suppressed for a very long time, but now they are inadvertently suppressing others, let's say middle-aged white women who want to practice shamanism, then you are no better than the oppressors to begin with. And that's a really hard thing to swallow, and it sounds harsh, maybe even cold to the cause, but I'm far from that. But I want to say, I wrote a song about it. It's called, what is it? I just wrote it. Not One People. And it is about that very thing. And that's my last part of this, is I have been in creative mode. I've been writing songs again. I used to be in a band. I used to perform. I used to compete. I totally love music. It is part of my ceremonies, my rituals, and I've been really, really glad to bring that about again. So if you want to check that out, I'm like streaming on all the platforms, believe it or not, which is really weird for me, because I don't really like, ta-da, look at me, but here we are. So Jenny Satori Davis on all the music platforms. And I will leave you with some energy. You ready for some? Just a quick little thing. We have, as always, there's always upgraded energy that I present. So I hope you feel this. Do a little pyramid. You know that? Put you right in there. Fill it all up. Don't forget to breathe. I hope you know how much you're loved. From me, from the earth, from beyond. I love to tell people that. I love to always tell people they're not alone. It's not corny to me. It's not like the cliche that it is. It's the truth to me. It's my truth. I hope it's yours too now. I'm really glad to be back. I can't promise you I'll continue on a particular schedule or frequency. I'm still on Instagram. Stay cool, stay true to yourself, and stay warm in the weather. I love you. Bye.